Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. We are here.
Hello.
What's up, baby
Hey.
girl? How you
Hey,
doing?
hey.
How you doing? How you doing?
I am swell.
You swell. Okay, I heard that. Well, I'm swell too. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, feeling great. Got outside today, put some air in the tires.
Awesome. Yep. Because you,
Hit around the block
yeah,
one time.
because you're awesome.
Yeah, you know.
What did I do today?
We did a whole bunch of stuff. In the garage, just Tasmanian devil cleaning up. I guess it's springtime. Spring cleaning.
That's right. Yes. We hope all of you are doing well.
Yeah.
You and your family are doing well.
Well, if they listen to this podcast, I'm pretty sure they're doing just fine.
Oh, yeah. I hope so.
Well, we finna jump into another episode of the Loveology podcast. I appreciate everybody checking in yet again. We appreciate it. Definitely want to give a shout out to all our Patreons. Y'all are being a great help supporting us. We appreciate it. And if you want to become a Patreon, just go to loveologypodcast.com. Find that button under the media player. Pick a tier and join us. We definitely appreciate you. Baby girl.
What it is.
What we
it
talking about today?
is. So we're doing another single special.
Okay. Shout out to the singles, man. Gotta give a little shout out. Gotta show them some love, man, because
Yes, especially during this time.
they at the crib by themselves.
Yeah, they may be. So definitely during this time of.
Oh, they getting their creep on.
of-
Oh, I creep.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right now.
What
Social distancing is what we're
Dang,
supposed to do.
how they
Oh my
supposed
gosh,
to?
did you see this viral video of this guy who saw a girl dancing outside on her roof or something of her building, and then he asked her out on a date? He sent a drone over to her roof.
Nah, I didn't see
Oh
that.
my gosh, it's so cute. And
That's
they're
pretty dope.
yes, they're still dating, and they went on a date. He had a bubble, like the movie Bubble Boy or whatever.
Yeah.
He had one of those for some reason. And-
It sound like a setup.
well, they
Man, who has those?
he said that's someone asked him like, why did you have a bubble? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he had a good reason for having one.
Yeah, setup.
Okay, well, whatever.
I'll
I
go
still
check
thought.
it out.
Okay, yes, I still thought it was adorable, and they are dating, and they can't wait to not be on lockdown anymore.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so
So all
anyway.
our singles, they at the house chilling or creeping, but I guess they could be doing something during this time. You can't play Monopoly by yourself. I guess you can get on the game, but might not be a gamer.
Yeah, so just check on your single friends, make sure they're doing good.
At least some text messages or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Virtual happy hour.
Hey, I'm down for that.
Yes, I've participated in one of those.
Really?
Yes. You didn't know?
No.
Yes, I had a virtual happy hour.
Not during these times. It was back in the day or something.
No, I did it like recently.
Really?
Yeah, like last week or something
Oh,
with my
okay.
friend.
Oh, okay. I
You
ain't
don't
know that.
remember?
I didn't know that was a happy hour.
Well, we're virtually drinking together. Okay, anyways, what
Whatever.
are we talking about? Okay. So, yes, we are talking about making a list.
Okay.
We
What kind of list you talking about, man?
I'm calling it the one list.
Oh, the one list.
Yes. So, basically, on our last single special episode, we talked about a book. It was called 30 Lessons of Loving. I mean, this book just got all sorts of gems. We talked about it in the last episode too, because
For sure.
we talked about communication, especially, during this time. Communication is very, very important always, but especially during a stressful time,
Right.
a time of uncertainty and things
Right.
like that. Communication has to be on point. But
I mean, that's what the military does. When you're going through basic training, you're going through some high pressure, high stress situations, and it's, they're teaching you to still function throughout all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to make each and every last one of us a little bit better.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, so back to the book. It was called 30 Lessons of Loving. And just a reminder, if this is your first time tuning in, the author interviewed some elders, a lot of elders who have been married for many years. Yes, and he called them experts because they are, right?
They are experts.
And they shared some of his greatest lessons for making long-lasting marriages work. And the first lesson that they began with was choosing the right partner. Mm-hmm. So one of the pieces of advice that they gave in helping to choose the right partner was making a list.
Yes.
And so
making a list, we're checking it twice.
Oh, wow.
Gonna find out if you're naughty or nice.
So, like, in preparation for that episode, I was trying to find my list because this is actually something that I did before Jason and I started dating. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what prompted me to do it. It was not this book. I hadn't heard of this book before. Maybe
you just tired.
I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Okay,
just getting done up. It was run up and get done up. You getting done up.
Yes. So, yes. So
basically, she was getting heartbroken over and over again. For those catching on,
self-preservation mode is what that list for me was all about.
Yeah,
I needed some help. So, so since we've been shut in for the past few weeks, I have been trying to make the best out of my time, and I've started cleaning out the garage this week, and I found my list when I was doing that.
Shut up!
Yes, I was so excited. So, because like I said, in the previous episode, I couldn't find it. So, yeah, I knew it was here. I knew it was someplace. It was in some random box in some random folder in the garage, which is why I was trying to clean out the garage. That's why
we cleaned out the garage?
No, not just for the list, but just so I would know where things are.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Like, there was other valuable things that I found in the garage.
Probably going to forget in like 6 months.
No, I'm going to put them in a place,
I'm talking about just you know where things are now because you just looked at it, but you're gonna forget. You should have to make some type of inventory.
I did make an inventory.
Oh wow!
I have you to know, actually.
She's on point.
So anyways, I thought that this would be a perfect time to talk about this because, again, we do want to make the best time out of our pandemic. I do want to acknowledge that, for some people, this is a very, 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 very stressful time, and we completely understand. So no pressure if, you're just trying to make it.
Who makes an inventory of
Lots of people
the garage.
Do. Lots of people do. You're supposed to do it for insurance reasons, actually. You're supposed to make an inventory of everything that you have in your house.
You are correct. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where I would be if y'all need to catch on, because I need to catch on, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
I know a lot of people. I'm very thorough when it comes to this sort of thing, okay?
And I ain't even know this. She just got me as a worker. Hey, move this, bring these boxes in. I don't even know the big picture. She got an inventory, y'all. Didn't even know it. That's all love.
We want to be able to find things, Jason. We talked about this on Organized Life, Organized Home, Happy.
I'm with you.
Happy relationship.
All the way with you. I just didn't know. I just found out right now.
What? That I was making an inventory?
Yeah, I didn't know you was making an inventory whatsoever.
Sorry. I mean, what you didn't see me writing down like
actually. Ain't nobody paying attention to you right now. You're on a need-to-know basis. That's all good.
So, anyways. So, yes, like I said, people, there's no pressure. This may not be a good time for you to be thinking about making a list. But if you do find yourself single during this time and some time on your hands, I think that this could be the perfect time to do this activity.
Okay, what's this activity?
To make a list.
Oh, make a list.
Yes. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So, as I already stated, I wrote a list before I started dating Jason. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely going to take a picture of my list and post it on Instagram so you can see my ugly handwriting. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I did not date the list when I made it.
You mean you didn't date the stamp, the time and date stamp?
No, I just didn't write the date on the list.
Right. You said
on the piece of paper.
You didn't date the list, so it kind of throws some people off like myself.
Okay. Well, sorry. I did not write the date on the piece of paper.
The piece of paper out to a date somewhere?
Come on, Jason.
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Some people may have gotten lost.
I think you were the only one.
Maybe.
So I cannot tell you how long it was in between the time that I, wrote this list until when Jason and I started dating. I know that it was not that long though, actually.
Yeah.
It was
2010, 2011, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I will assure you that I did write it before him and I started dating. So clearly I believe in it, right? I think that it's a powerful thing because I really do think it helped me navigate, the people that I was talking to and dating, right? So that kind of segues into my first point of why might it be a good idea to make a list.
Do you used to review it all the time?
No, not all the time. I mean, it's sometimes, when you write things down, it kind of helps burn it in your memory a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, even though I wasn't like, oh, every time I went on a date, I'm looking at this stuff, writing it down really puts it in my brain.
So would you suggest people review this often?
Well, sure. I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. I can only tell you what my personal experience is with it was. I can make some suggestions, but
what do you suggest?
Well, you want to know when I did review it?
What?
I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I was kind of talking to Jason and some other guy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of trying to make a decision between y'all. Which one did I want to continue to talk to?
Yeah.
So I think I reviewed it at that point.
Did you have my profile picture beside it?
No, I didn't.
That's what took you so long.
Yeah. I don't know how often you should review it. I mean, like I said, I think if you find yourself, on a date.
I guess once you get a new dude.
Well, like I said, once you write it down, you remember this stuff. It's not like it's just going to go away.
Oh, okay.
But you won't remember all of it. But I think maybe like the top 10 things you remember.
Mm-hmm.
The act of writing it down, like I said, really helps burn it into your brain, etch it into your brain. For me, that was my experience.
Okay.
So basically, writing a list just helps you really define what you are looking for in a partner. And the activity itself helps you to think about that if you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Just really makes you zone in on what you want.
Okay.
Really sit there and think about it. So from a spiritual standpoint, I believe that there's just a lot of power in writing it down and making it plain, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we like to say. Write it down and make it plain.
That's what they say.
I just think it's just, I don't know how to explain it, right? It's just a lot of power in doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a vision board or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's pretty much what it is. So, again, why did I make my list? Because I was tired of being heartbroken.
Tired.
Yes. I was trying to protect myself, and it was a way for me to eliminate people because I was out here in the dating scene or whatever. And honestly, it was a good reference for me to say, now he don't have that. It's a good reminder of what it is that is most important to you, So I'm trying to think of when I cut somebody off.
That's what I was just about to ask.
I know. I saw it in your eye.
Somebody that lacked something off that list.
Well, there was a person, there was a certain scenario that he and I were talking about. And to me, he did not have the same moral understanding about it as I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like, I didn't like him anymore.
Because it's on a deeper level.
Yeah, like his morals weren't like mine.
Right.
It's just like, no. I guess I can give the example. You want the example?
Give it to us.
First of all, did you ever make a list?
I didn't make a list.
Did you have a mental list?
I did have a mental list.
Okay, we'll talk about that. But this example of how I felt this guy didn't have like the same moral compass that I did.
Mm-hmm.
He said that it was nothing. If he wanted to cheat with a married woman, he was not in the wrong at all. The married woman is in the wrong. She's married. He's not. So it's like totally on her.
He's saying that she made the commitment. He didn't make the commitment.
Exactly.
But he's missing the fact of that it's just a sacred bond between two people.
You're participating in it. You are guilty by association. This is like, oh, I just drove the car, but my friend robbed the bank. Excuse me. You're going to go to jail too because you participated in the crime.
Yeah.
Maybe you might have a lesser,
Sentence.
fewer years.
Right.
Yeah, a lesser sentence. But, you're getting charged because you participated in the crime.
Right.
Right?
Right. No, I feel you.
Same thing. We argue about it, and he just. I mean, there was other things. It
It
wasn't
gotta
just
be.
that.
Yeah, I understand.
It was other things leading up to that, but I really do pay attention to small things like that.
Because it's a foundational thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a small thing.
Right.
It is, but it ain't.
Right.
You know what
So
I'm
there
saying?
was other things like I just didn't feel like his work ethic was,
Right.
as high as mine either.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are other things
Okay.
too. And but that right there for some reason was just like, I don't know.
Okay.
This just that's it. Thanks for that knowledge. I can move on. So and then this guy, I don't think he was a bad person, but again, just because a person is not a bad person, just because they're a good person, that doesn't mean that they're the right partner for you.
Right.
So sometimes people can get confused about that. Like, oh, this is a really good guy. Well, he may not be the right guy for you, though,
Right.
actually.
Right. There's a lot of good people out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you supposed to be with every good person that you come across?
Right. No. Yeah.
Some of them are your friends and some of them are your, coworkers, and maybe one of them are, is compatible enough to be your significant
life
other.
partner.
Right.
Yeah. So again, for me, it was just like, just really honing in on the specific qualities that I wanted. So are you guys ready to hear my list?
Go for
Do
it.
you want to hear it? So this is not an exhaustive list. And if you already have a list, or if you're thinking about making a list, which we're going to share some tips on how to make your list in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yours may be different than mine because, like we were just saying,
Obviously,
clearly,
different person.
there may be some similar things, but we're different people.
Right.
Everybody needs different things to make their relationship work,
For
right?
sure.
So I just wanted to share because, it just might inspire you and may, lead to some sort of jumping off point for you.
Well, let's bring on inspiration.
Okay. I entitled my list My Requirements
Boom.
because I wasn't playing.
Okay. Well, what you got, babe? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Number one, must love God.
Must love God.
Has his own personal relationship with God because that's important. A lot of people are just going to church and they don't have a personal relationship with God.
They in church, but church ain't in them.
Where you hear that one from?
Come on, from my brain.
Oh, like daughter say, I got it from my brain.
Genius.
So yes, that's very important to me. I love God. I love Jesus. So those two things are important for me, and a partner, and a life partner. If that's not your cup of tea, then that wouldn't be on your list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so must have a good and generous heart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very giving person. That was very important to me for my significant other to be generous as well.
Right.
Selfless. Again, I'm very giving. So to have a selfish person would be very detrimental to me.
Yes, it would.
would just use me up, you know. So I like to be giving. So I want to be able to trust that the person that I'm with, would be just as giving to me. And that was one of the things that stood out about my honey boo boo Jason. I don't know if you remember that I'm like, you give to me just as much as I give to you.
For sure.
Do you remember me telling you that?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was a major thing that I needed, and I could see it in you that I was not seeing in other people that I was dating. So there you go.
There it is.
This was a heavy hitter,
I
supporter.
know some people like, man, how J-Rock get,
supportive of my dreams. This was so important.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of women, don't experience the support of their hubbies sometimes.
Yeah.
To chase after their dreams. And you have been supportive since day one. This was one of the major things that knocked the other guy out of the running.
Yeah. He wasn't supportive?
I was going to the Navy. He did not want me to go to the Navy.
Oh.
He wanted to,
Sorry, man.
And I was like, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was like, go for it.
Oh yeah, you was like, shoo, congratulations. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wasn't no problem with you.
Right.
So,
I was trying to get you to be an officer.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been kind of following my dreams, like whatever I want to do.
For sure.
Jason is on board, and I'm the same way with him too. So, like I said, a lot of times it's like men feel like they have this audacity to to tell us that no, you shouldn't do that, or ask us not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, this is what I want to do. So I appreciate
that.
that.
Documentaries, master's degrees, working for nice big time companies in Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
he did a lot of things.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Always
strives to be the best person he can be in every area of his life. This may be a little bit too ambitious.
Yeah, a little bit. Not every area. We're working on it one by one.
But you strive to be a good person, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I let Jason see this list, by the way, everyone, and he was like, I'm missing that one, basically.
Yeah, not every area.
And I put a star by that one too. So
not every area. But we're working on it.
Okay.
We'll get there eventually.
Well, nobody's perfect. No. Intelligent, loves to learn, takes pride in his intelligence. That's Jason.
Yep. Always on YouTube, trying to learn something.
Yep. Knows who he is and is comfortable with that. Jason is... He's overconfident.
Nah, you got to be confident about yourself, man.
My goodness. But I definitely wanted a confident person. Creative.
Very creative.
Yep. Gentleman. Simple things like opening the car door. So I don't really know why I wrote this, because I actually don't like for people to open my car door. I don't like for men. Well, you're in the driver's side. I got to wait for you to come around the car and open my door. I actually don't like it. I do expect you to open the doors of the buildings which Jason does.
Right.
For sure.
It's more efficient.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I want to get out of the car. I don't feel like sitting here waiting on you.
But now that's coronavirus, is how you want me to open your door now?
No, I don't. Actually, I want to get out of the car.
Right.
So anyways, but you're a gentleman, basically.
Right.
What is the definition of a gentleman? It's a person, let's look it up.
The definition of a gentleman: a chivalrous, courteous, or honorable man. He behaved like a perfect gentleman. A polite or formal way of referring to a man.
So you are courteous. What was the first definition? You're courteous.
Chivalrous, courteous, or honorable.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a gentleman. Strong, and I put dash mentally. So clearly I want somebody strong physically too. But yes. Maybe not clearly. I don't know. But yes, mentally, life is hard. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I need somebody
Throw a lot of curveballs at you.
Yes.
Knock them curveballs out the park.
Yes. Not saying that, you can't get stressed or you can't cry. I'm not saying that at all. But I do want you to at least be as mentally as strong as I am or more.
Right.
That's kind of with all of this stuff. If it's something, it's like I want you to be equal or higher than me. For sure. Wants to protect me. Loyal ! Again, I made this list because I was cheated on twice.
Oh.
So fidelity is very important to me. Makes good decisions. You just got to make good decisions.
Got to in life, you just got to. Because if not, you're going to end up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah. And I'm getting married to you and your bad decisions.
I'm bringing you down too.
Stays physically fit, knows how important it is.
See these pecs, right?
Oh my. Someone who likes to try different things.
Okay.
Funny, knows how to have a good time. Knows how important giving back to the community is. Embraces change. This was a big one for me. Embraces change.
We always going through changes.
Exactly. And you just love change.
Yeah.
So this was awesome.
Yeah.
Not afraid to change if he realizes something is wrong. Being humble.
Yeah.
Because what can I do with somebody who won't admit that they're wrong? I have no patience.
They won't grow.
No. Not, I mean, it's just because you're going to be wrong at some point in
Yes,
your life.
that's part of it. That's part of life.
So I
The
can't.
facts of life, right?
Yeah, and so just not being afraid to just say, you know what, that's what humble is. A lot of people think humble is like,
Weak.
yeah,
Yeah.
but humble is just being able to acknowledge that you don't know something or that you messed up, and saying, you know what, I'm gonna do better next time.
Exactly.
At least that's what humble means to me.
Right.
And I find that's the all that you can really ask of people, really, is to say, you know what, I messed up, but I'm going to do better next time. I can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Someone who wants to travel.
Yep. You know that's me, baby.
Yes, I think this is one of the best things that me and Jason have in common, is that we both love to travel, and we just like, let's go. Let's get it. Let's do it.
LSTSGO, let's go, let's go.
So you're just going to sing throughout the whole episode?
Remember, that's a cheerleaders.
Yes, I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I already said this. Secure and confident. That was on there twice. Not materialistic. Well, because let me go back to the secure and confident thing. Why did that kind of appear twice?
And not talk about how much of a city security guard I am. You know.
Well, men need to be secure. Like, if you insecure with your woman, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a good recipe. It's not good a recipe for anybody to be insecure, but I don't have time for insecurities.
Right.
I don't want to say it like that. For your overall being to be insecure. Sometimes we all deal with, small insecurities throughout our life.
Right.
But overall, I need you to be pretty grounded, pretty secure in yourself.
Right.
Not materialistic. I am so not materialistic, so this would bother me. Jason, are you materialistic?
I like nice things.
Jason is a little bit. You're not materialistic though. You do like nice things.
Yeah, I like nice things, and they it don't have to be. Everything doesn't have to be nice, but certain things I do like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into electronics.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing on the list was my best friend, and I just kind of meant by that, it's just somebody that I'm comfortable with, someone that I can talk to about anything. And Jason and I can literally talk to each other about anything. So I think you're my best friend. You're my bestie.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someone who will love all the quirky things about me. I can be kind of unique. So, yeah. And last but not least, someone who is patient. And that was underlined.
That's what I'm working on right there. Being patient.
Yes.
More patient. I am pretty patient, but I need to become more patient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you're working on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And I think I put that in there because I am so patient. So I really would love
you're
for
super
someone
patient.
to be patient with me.
Yeah, super duper patient. Yeah. I'm working on it.
Yes, you're doing a great job, honey. So that was my list. What do you think of my list, Jason?
Seems like it's very thorough,
Mm-hmm.
So what if they're missing 5 things off that list? Everything, I didn't hit everything on that list. So
What did you not hit?
well, I'm not as patient. I guess I'm more like, when you're dating, you're going to be more patient.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Than normal.
So maybe you tricked me.
Ain't no trick. It's
Okay.
That's just what it is. You're going to be nicer in the beginning, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so what was the other thing?
I don't know. What you think? You the one made it?
No, I feel like you got all of it.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about the strives to be the best person he can be in every area of his life. Not in every area, but in general, you do want to improve.
Right.
You do believe in self-improvement and growing.
Right.
It's not like, oh, that's just how I am.
Right.
I'm going to try to make myself better. So you got that to a certain extent,
Okay.
right? Enough. So clearly, I was going by this list. Like, if you wasn't, to par with this list, it wasn't happening.
So I'm saying, like, if I would have missed in your eyes, if I missed 1 or 2 things, I wouldn't have been in the running.
Yeah. I mean, it was a couple of people that missed some really critical things, like supportive of my dreams.
Yeah.
And
So would you tell people to categorize this list? So you got your really important items.
yeah, you might have your top priorities at the top.
Because you said you had some critical items.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a critical item. So following your dreams. Give me something that's non-critical to you.
Something that I would have budged on a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think anything on this list I would have if you
So
didn't
the fact
have it.
if you took your time to write it down, you really wanted it.
Yeah, I mean, I was really, really thinking about this. Like, I really thought hard about what I wanted. And that's why I titled it My Requirements.
So technically all of them, you said a critical thing, but all of them are critical technically.
Yeah, but you got -10 if you didn't have certain things, like loyal.
So okay.
I don't know. Some of them do weigh more heavily than others.
So which one do you think I could have, but you could have budged on?
Maybe creative. I don't know. I don't know. I think I needed all of this, but there was some. I don't really know how to explain it because maybe. So let's see. Some of them are worth more points than others.
Right.
So say. I don't know. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to answer this question, Jason. I don't have to. I don't even have to worry about it because I'm married.
But what about
to you?
But what about the people that's out there that's making a list and they saying, "Dang, but I like this dude. He equals up everything on my list except this one thing."
I mean, I think it just depends on what it is. It just depends on what it is, because if I was looking at my list and you had everything but you were a cheater, I can't take it.
Okay, so that's something that's really very, very, very important to you. But like you said, creativity is something that you would like, not necessarily something that
but
you need.
But it was very important to me, though.
But was that something you need? You need somebody to be loyal.
No, I need.
But did you need somebody to be creative?
Yeah.
What's that do for you?
I'm a creative person, so it's just something that I really desired.
Opposites attract, right?
Yeah, but this is like a core value or something. I don't know. I wanted a creative person.
Okay.
It's just so much fun for us to be able to do things together.
Yeah.
And creative. Like, the one thing that I don't have on this list that I didn't even know that I needed in my life, but Jason has, is he's just an excellent problem solver.
Oh, I am.
Yes. It's awesome. And I just wish that I could solve problems like that, but
it's a challenge.
Yeah. I'm just like, no.
Something new.
Yeah, you love it.
Yeah.
So I think your creativity helps with that. You have to be creative to be able to solve problems.
Exactly.
So I just think, no, it's awesome. So I just think it's something that I needed too. I don't know.
So I'm
trying to go through this again. Like, no, I really feel like all of this stuff I was like, no, this is what I have to have. This is the must-haves. Period. All of it. Yes, I'm looking at the list again, going through it. No, I gotta have it all.
Gotta have it. Dang.
No, yeah.
So what if some people make their list a little bit like, okay, you made it, I guess, reasonable, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Well, see, yeah, so that's what we're going to get to, because now, listen, the list's not going to work if you not doing it right, okay? So we're ready to now share some tips on how to make your list and what I did to make my list. So think about all the people that you've dated.
Mm-hmm.
What didn't you like?
Gold digger.
Yes, you are just really big on that. So you would write the opposite of that, right? What did you like?
Silver digger.
Because all the women that all of the women that you dated weren't completely bad, of course.
Right.
You get something good from every single person you date, I believe.
For sure.
So what did you like?
Family oriented.
Family oriented. So you add that on your list. Right? Maybe you didn't even know how important that was until you dated someone who was very family oriented.
Exactly.
What worked well in your relationship, what didn't work well. You can even be thinking about what you admire in other people.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe your mother or your, for me, dad or cousin or whoever. You can look at them and identify what are the things that make you admire them. Write those down, right?
Hard working.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't put that on my list, hard working, but that was so etched in my brain. Like, I don't even got to write that one down.
But you should.
I should. Yeah. I didn't think to do it, but no.
Ain't no lazy
no,
people.
No. Because I work crazy. So, like a crazy person. So, no. I can't deal with somebody who not
like to chill.
too much. If you like to chill too much. Of course, you like to chill more than me.
I do.
But that allows you help
I work
me.
hard and play harder.
Yes. You help me relax and have fun. So, it's very complimentary. But you also go to work every day too.
For sure.
Right. So Monday through Friday, I should say. And you know how to work hard even when you don't want to.
And I'm marketing the podcast.
Exactly. So,
I'm constantly doing something.
I peeped it. Yeah. I'm not dealing with the laziness.
No, you ain't dealing with a scrub.
No. So what else? What characteristics and values do you care most about? So every single relationship that I was in informed my list. I wrote it on a single sheet of paper. I think there was a couple on the back of this single sheet of paper. So you don't want to make your list too long. So 10 pages, that's probably counterproductive. Nobody is ever going to be all of that, right? So I think you just should focus on keeping it short with the most important qualities. These are your must-haves, your non-negotiables, and remember, to focus on what you need. I read somewhere that, needs are important and wants can be negotiated.
Right.
Needs cannot. So I think my list was just straight up needs for me. So after you get you a list, maybe you want to share it with your friends and family so they can make sure that you're not being unreasonable.
Right.
Right. And maybe they can give you some quality feedback. So people that you trust and people that know you the best, they may have some suggestions, right? So going back to what you said, things you should leave off. I did not put one physical thing on there. I think it might be okay to say that you need to be attracted to this person, but to try to pinpoint everything they need to be in order to be attracted to them, I just think you are very much limiting yourself because I don't think that you actually know who you can be attracted to,
So if you a 6'5" girl and you say, I want to date only men that are 6'6" and above, you feel like she's limiting herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Because I'm just like,
but where do you draw the line? Because you drew a line.
Where did I draw a line at?
Did I put that on my list? I'm pretty sure that you didn't want, you didn't put on your list, but you wouldn't have dated somebody that was 4 feet tall.
I have not in the past been attracted to short men.
So it's the same thing.
I'm open.
Okay.
So if there was someone that was short and we were just kicking it off, I'm sure that it wouldn't really matter.
Right. So you just open. You wasn't going and looking for it, but you weren't going to push it away either.
No.
Okay.
And so by not putting it on this list, like, he has to be 6'5", you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, he don't have to be that tall, right?
Right.
So we don't know. Okay, normally you date guys with beards and bald heads.
Right.
Well, this guy don't have a beard. Like,
right.
Is that a problem? You know what I mean?
Right.
Really? He got everything, like all these other great qualities, and you're not quite liking that he don't have a beard, or, and even with dress, I know a lot of women are. I mean, it is important, right, to be attracted to someone, but I think that you just can't put too much when you're looking for someone. You just can't put too much on the physical, in my opinion.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. For guys, we definitely want something to wake up in the morning and smile at. But at the same time, it's not all about physical. It's about how you connect with the individual. It's about how they love you. It's about you holding each other down. And, like I said, looks change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They fade,
Yeah, looks change.
We all gonna get old and wrinkly.
Yeah, so, it's all love.
Yeah. And I just think you should just be open to being attracted to someone who doesn't come in a particular package. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, just be open to it.
Right.
I think a lot of women might be putting on their list some very strict salary requirements. I just don't think this is okay at all. I think it's okay to want someone who can financially support themselves, you know, but I mean, I don't know. Again, you're limiting yourself. What do you think?
I mean, you know, some people will look as a salary is pretty much, it's just, it kind of reflects sometimes the level of knowledge that you may have. You know what I'm saying? So some people may look at it as a shortcut. This person is smart, or this person is, you know, well educated, or, you know, has the hustle in them. And that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. But I guess it kind of is a rule of, you know, it's kind of a good telltale sign if they got their head on head on their shoulders pretty straight. But I wouldn't I wouldn't go after that sign if I were you.
Well, because it doesn't mean that they're going to be a good partner, but it does not mean that they're going to spend their money on you.
Exactly.
So just because they make a lot of money,
I'm with you.
So
I agree with you.
And even if they do spend a lot of money on you, that may be only
10% of it.
Well, they just may not, you know, I don't know. They just
value money.
They just may be whack in every other area. Don't know how to treat you at all. You know. So I'm sure I was influenced by my faith, and I think there's a scripture in the Bible where Jesus was like, you know, this man was talking about all the money that he gives, you know, to the poor. And Jesus was like, well, I knew a woman who gave 2 pennies, but it was her last 2 pennies. So her gift was greater than yours, basically.
Right.
So I kind of, you know, it just never was a big deal to me. I just always really valued how much you love me. Like, I just want you to love me. So a person spending a lot of money, I think I heard a woman, it was like a woman online. She said she had never experienced men, you know, spending a lot of money on her. And she kind of, you know, equated that with them really caring about her. But it's like, no, they just got a lot of money.
Right.
And they just, you know, they don't mind spending the money because there's so much of it and they're just spending it to get what they want. But it really is not a testament to how much they care about you at all.
Right.
That's not, you know. So you could be dealing with one of those situations too. But anyway, things I would have added. So Jason, you do have these things that I'm about to say, but I just kind of failed to write them down. Like I said earlier, work ethic for sure. After being married, good communicator is important. So luckily you are a good communicator, and I didn't write that down on my list, but just someone who is willing to open up and talk to me about things.
Right.
Because some people struggle with that, men and women. Right. They just don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to open up. Probably have been hurt before.
Right.
They don't want to communicate.
Right.
So I think that's a really big deal. And then this one was a big one for me that I can't believe that I didn't write on my list.
What's that?
Good father.
Oh. But how would you? Well, I didn't have any kids prior, so how would you know if I was going to be a good father?
You know, asking questions.
Okay. Just
trying to get a sense of your heart and your being. I figured that you wouldn't desert me with my children, with our children. That, you know, it's just that was just such a big
Is
deal
that a
to
good
me.
father or is that a good husband?
It's both.
Yeah. Because I can still be a good father and desert you.
Well, you know, if someone asked me, I think I've given this scenario to someone before, but if someone asked me, would I prefer a good husband or a good father for my children? Of course, I prefer both.
Right.
But, you know, hey, I got to have that good father because they're only going to have one biological father, and you not doing your job, like, definitely impacts me a lot.
Right.
So, of course, I want you to be both, but I was looking for a good father because, I'm not about that life. So, anyways, so key thing in making your list, I think this is the biggest piece of advice, is that you need to know yourself. I would say that none of this works unless you really know yourself. No one can really tell you what should be on your list. This is something that you have to figure out. Like I said, everybody's different. It takes different things to work for different relationships because we're all different. So, yeah, I mean, you just got to take that time to do that internal work and find out who you are, and then say that you did meet the right person. Are you ready for them? What do you have to offer them? Are you the type of person that your dream man or woman would want? You know, because a lot of times we need to do a little work on ourselves. I know I was on a journey of self-improvement when I was single. I actually heard a sermon that helped me tremendously. It talked about preparing yourself while you're single. Prepare yourself emotionally, financially. A lot of us are not healed. A lot of us have a lot of trauma, childhood, adult trauma, all sorts of trauma, and we're not taking the time to like really heal from our past hurts. You know, maybe if you're single, you can try to work through some of your, past traumas, get yourself ready financially. If you got debt, work on decreasing your debt, improve your credit score or something like that. Because listen, Jason, how much has my credit score helped this family?
Tremendously.
I just love to brag about my credit score because, I mean, it was a lot of hard work.
It's hard work.
And I was definitely bringing that to the table for sure. So
yeah,
I'm proud of myself for that.
I'm proud of it. Give you a shout out. For sure.
So, you just need to be bringing something to the table too, So, that's pretty much the tips that I have for it. I think that's just really important because, like I said, a lot of people don't know themselves. And I think you can't make a good list if you don't know yourself.
Exactly. So we want to hear from you guys on Wednesdays. We do a live discussion on Facebook. That's 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. You can catch us on Loveology Podcast. Check out our page. You can go in our group. It will be streaming. And once you get on, please, if you don't mind, share it on your timeline. We really appreciate that. So this has been another great episode. Definitely
Wait, you
appreciate
didn't share
it.
about your list.
What about my list?
It's probably like 3 things or something.
My list was a mental list. It was just, someone that wasn't, a gold digger, someone that was a giving person, someone that loved the Lord, someone that was, I wanted somebody that I could, just a natural person. I mean, I didn't care for the makeup. If you want to wear makeup, great. But, I like to see what you look like naturally. You know what I'm saying? And I liked that. So I was cool with that. Someone that was, smart, that can hold a conversation because obviously I talk a lot. So I wanted somebody who was able to hold a conversation with me and, love to travel, love to have fun. And previously, my previous relationship, she never got on a boat before, or a ship or a plane or nothing, and that was one of the issues that we had. And I knew that was an issue. I just thought I was going to be able to, let me put you on. Let me show you something. And yeah, I never did. So you could just avoid that issue by just picking the right one in the beginning. So writing the list down and maybe if I did write it down, I would have looked at it a little bit more critically and say, I pass. So writing the list down is important. It is critical. And I advise everybody to do it.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm happy I wrote my list and I'm happy to have you, honey.
No, I'm happy to have you too as well.
You get to know that, like, for sure that, oh, wow, no, I'm really what she wanted.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh.
You get upset, like, damn, this dude don't get it. But it's all love, though. Yeah. Well, what it is, boo, you good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, guess what, guys? I hope y'all are good. Thank y'all for listening to the Loveology Podcast. I showed you how to become a Patreon. Again, appreciate the Patreon. Go on our website if you want some gear, want a hat, want a T-shirt, want a fanny pack, man, go check it out, loveologypodcast.com. Scroll all the way down. You see all the different apparel and different things that we have for you guys. So check us out. Appreciate y'all. We're going to catch y'all next time. Man, stay safe.
Yes,
do what
stay
you got to
safe.
do. Eat healthy, have fun, enjoy yourself, and love one another.
Amen.
Amen. There it is. Holla at y'all. Peace out.
You've been listening to the Loveology podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.